Hi, I'm Justin with CompCard, and today we're going to go over a couple small front-end alignment tips here, and we're going to stick with ACKERMANN. You don't hear a lot of ACKERMANN. It does make a difference. It's probably more on the fine-tuning adjustment. But basically what the ACKERMANN is it's part of the front-end geometry, and we're going to work today with how we change that ACKERMANN on the steering column. Depending on your chassis manufacturer, you may have multiple sets of holes where your tie rod tubes are fixed at on your steering column. These change the angle at which your steering opens and closes. Basically, in order to increase the ACKERMANN, you would go to a lower hole placement on your steering column. That's going to make the steering a little bit quicker. That's going to change the geometry of the steering in that way. The further you move the tie rod tube up to the actual steering shaft itself, or the holes further up on your mounting plate, that's going to remove some of the ACKERMANN. It's going to make the car not be as reactive. It's going to make the steering quite a bit lighter. So depending on what you're trying to achieve, those are two kind of more on the fine-tuning sides of things that you can test. Normally with the CompCard and with I think most manufacturers, you kind of start and run it in the center hole. So if you want to adjust that, it's pretty simple. On the CompCard, you take two 13mm wrenches, and we're going to go ahead and loosen both sides here. Pretty simple process. Doesn't really matter what chassis brand you're on. You're going to have to do the exact same thing. So come over here. Kind of best to loosen both sides, because when you tighten these back down, if you tighten one side too much without the other side, you can kind of create a bind on it and you won't be able to fit your tie rod back in here with the special washers. So it's pretty simple. So we'll remove this left side first. Take that out. We're going to remove the right side next. Same thing. Take it out. And once it's out, we've kind of checked with our chassis tuner or shop. We know what change we want to make. We go ahead and make it, and we just insert the tie rod tube back in. So here we're just going to add camber, or excuse me, we're going to add some ACKERMANN, and we're going to go in the lower holes. So we'll just install this right back in as we took it out, moving to the lower hole. It's in there, simple. Again, you don't want to tighten it all the way because you still want to be able to get your other side in. So we're going to do the same thing on this side. Put our special washer in there. Line it up. One more washer on the bottom of the tie rod. Again, you want to make sure you have these washers installed properly so your ball joint moves freely so you don't bind up your steering. Put the nut on it. Now we got both of them installed there, and now we're going to go ahead and we're just going to tighten both of them fairly evenly. Pretty basic. Get that side tight. This is also putting ACKERMANN in the steering is a good tip for when it's raining out. It'll make the steering be more responsive, so that's a quick tip there, but always recommend to check with your chassis manufacturer or your kart shop. So those are installed tightly, evenly. Now we've added ACKERMANN to the chassis. If we want to take ACKERMANN out, we're going to just do the same process except moving it to the upper holes, and that's ACKERMANN.